Each year, there's 10 dam failures in the world, and sometimes these failures can be massive, and other times turn into a major catastrophe. And today, we're going to show you the craziest dam collapses. On January 25, 2019, the Brumadinho Dam at the Córrego do Feijão iron ore mine just east of Brumadinho, Minas Gerais in Brazil, had a catastrophic failure. The dam released a massive mudflow that swept through the mine's offices and wiped out houses, farms, and other buildings and roads downstream. The dam released 12 million cubic meters of water, mud, and tailings from iron ore processing that wiped out everything in its path. 2 men in a pickup truck can be seen trying to escape the massive mudslide and survive. But 3 locomotives and 132 wagons were completely buried, destroying huge sections of railway. Nothing is left but a void in the hillside where the dam used to be, and below it for nearly 6 miles, a landscape of dark mud and wreckage. The event is one of the worst environmental disasters in Brazil's history.
Before we go on, like this video, smash the subscribe button, and click the notification bell right now.
The Edenville Dam in Michigan, USA had failed inspection and was known to be unsafe for years. On May 18, 2020, after heavy rainstorms, Midland County in Michigan issued an alert telling residents to leave their homes due to an imminent dam failure. Thousands were evacuated. Before dark, May 19, 2020, the dam failed, causing flash flood conditions. The massive flood wiped out bridges and roads, and flooded and destroyed businesses and homes. Entire buildings could be seen floating down the flooded Titabawasi River. While this is not a disaster, it can still show off the incredible power of water breaking through a dam. On October 26, 2011, the Condit Dam was decommissioned due to rising environmental costs and was intentionally breached at its base. It is the largest dam ever to be removed by the United States. It took just 2 hours for the reservoir to drain. Now, years after the dam's removal, what is left is the beautiful, pristine White Salmon River. Lake Dunlap Dam, located in New Braunfels, Texas, had an unexplained failure. On May 14, 2019, around 8 a.m., cameras at the dam caught one of the 3 spillway gates suddenly breaking off for no reason, sending 11,000 cubic feet of water per second rushing downstream. If you look at the shoreline at the top of the video after the gate breaks off, you can see how quickly the lake is emptying. After the incident, officials opened up the other 2 spill gates in order to repair the damaged one. It caused the water at Lake Dunlap to drop 7 feet, leaving it almost empty. The earthen cofferdam for the Auburn project was completed and was 265 feet high and diverted a river into an underwater tunnel which bypassed a 1-mile section of the riverbed to allow construction of the main dam. But in early February 1986, 10 inches of rain fell on the Sacramento region in just 11 days, melting the Sierra Nevada snowpack and caused a huge flood of the American River. On February 18th, the rising water overtopped the cofferdam, creating a waterfall on the left side that quickly eroded the dam. A whirlpool could be seen where water was flowing into the diversion tunnel, but it was not enough. The outflow at the breach reached 250,000 cubic feet per second, completely covering the construction site and destroying nearly half of the cofferdam while flowing into Folsom Dam. The spillways at Folsom Dam had to be opened where water gushed through the gates at over 130,000 cubic feet per second. The 2 previous dam failures caused yet another dam to overflow in Michigan. Although the dam didn't fail, you can see the massive amount of water flowing through the spillway gates at the Smallwood Dam. With the immense force of the floodwaters, it's surprising that this dam wasn't completely destroyed. The water pressure here was so high that a huge leak could be seen spraying out of the side of the power station while dump trucks and a bulldozer started to push rocks into the water to stem the flow. The release of Wixom Lake and Tobacco Lake sent a massive surge of water towards the Sanford Dam and the embankment collapsed. At least 2,500 homes and businesses were damaged, some completely destroyed. The massive amount of water would head downstream towards another dam. Oroville Dam sits on the Feather River east of the city of Oroville, California. It stands 770 feet high, making it the tallest dam in the USA. In February 2017, Oroville Dam's main and emergency spillways were damaged from heavy rainfall. The spillways were closed, but the large amount of rain raised the lake level until it flowed over the emergency spillway. This heavy flow of water caused headward erosion, which threatened to collapse the entire concrete structure which would have sent a 30-foot wall of water into the Featherbed River below it. 180,000 people living downstream along the Feather River were evacuated for the worst to happen. Thankfully, a collapse did not occur, and the spillway has been repaired. On March 14, 2019, the Spencer Dam on Niobrara River in Nebraska failed during a major flood of the river. A wet autumn and colder than normal winter caused a large amount of river ice and snowpack. At midnight March 14th, sheets of ice 4 feet thick came down the Niobrara River, taking out 2 bridges upstream from the dam. The ice jams backed up the floodwaters and then bursting, sending rubble and water towards the dam. Ice pushed through the powerhouse and flow overtopped the dike. The dam could not hold the pressure and collapsed in 2 places, sending a massive flood of ice, water, and debris from the destroyed bridges downstream, where several other bridges were destroyed. On July 23, 2018, the Saddle Dam D at the Shepian She Namnoi hydropower project in Laos, Southeast Asia, collapsed because of heavy rainfall and poor construction of the structure. It released an estimated 5 billion cubic meters of water. Massive rivers like this one turned into a tsunami of water, mud, and debris, tore down the mountains, causing workers to run for their lives. The apocalyptic devastation put hundreds of villagers underwater, downstream, as the flood tore through everything in its path. A map of satellite footage showed the trail of destruction as the flood ran through Laos, leaving nothing but destruction in its wake. On December 14, 1974, the dam containing the Baldwin Hills Reservoir in the Baldwin Hills neighborhood of South Los Angeles suffered a catastrophic failure. A triangle-shaped wedge poured out of the asphalt and concrete-lined wall of the earthen Baldwin Hills Dam. 300 million gallons of water raced down the canyon towards the residential neighborhoods below in just 77 minutes. A helicopter was there to film the apocalyptic scene as a 30-foot high wall of water, 100 feet across, destroyed homes, cars, and everything else in its path. After the flood was over, a closer look was taken that showed that a section about 1 square mile had collapsed. The good thing is that many people were warned about leaks in the dam before the disaster and had left their homes to stay with relatives. This dam lies over the River Cauca, about 100 miles north of the city of Medellin in Colombia. On April 28, 2019, a landslide near the dam site blocked a tunnel used to divert the flow of the river while the dam was being constructed, and was the only remaining way for water to escape. 2 other tunnels were sealed because of construction. Days later, more landslides and flooding caused one of the sealed tunnels to be naturally unblocked, sending water gushing through it, washing over heavy equipment as workers evacuated. Downstream, the huge wave of water destroyed 59 homes, a school, and a healthcare center. The disaster displaced more than 600 people, and one man said the river took his whole house. Water hundreds of feet into the air. Workers of the dam were evacuated along with 2,000 people who were told to leave their homes and move to emergency shelters.